Veterans Day by Alyssa, Ariana, and Jackson.
Bombers drop bombs on countries.
Poppies are the symbol of Veterans Day.
These soldiers are practicing for a war. 95 is a magic number.
President Wilson signed the contract to make it Armistice Day. President Wilson signed the contract to make it Armistice Day. Then President Eisenhower signed the contract to make it Veterans Day. Veterans Day is to represent everybody who has lost their lives or still alive. Memorial Day is to represent people who died in wars. This will run on into Jackson's interview on his grandpa, Glenn Sander.
What was your veteran's name?
Glenn Sander.
What was the relationship to you?
Grandpa.
What branch of service did he serve?
Air Force.
How many years did he serve in?
4.
Was he drafted or volunteer?
Volunteered.
What part of the U.S. or world did he serve in?
Southeast Asia, Thailand.
What was his conflict?
Vietnam.
What was his job or assignment?
Maintaining weapons of F-4 fighter aircrafts and mutations maintenance squadron, also conventional and nuclear weapons for F-100, F-102, F-104, and F-111 fighters.
Any interesting memories or stories in your service?
He always liked to be in a group of men that treated each other like family. They were always looking out for each other, no matter what. This will run on to Jackson's great-grandpa, Harold Sander.
What was your relationship?
Great-grandpa.
What branch of service did he serve in?
Army.
How many years did he serve in?
10.
Was he drafted or volunteered?
Volunteered.
What part of the U.S. or world did he serve in?
Germany and France.
What conflict did he serve in?
World War II.
What was his job or assignment?
Sergeant. After he got shot, he got awarded Purple Heart and became in charge of prisoners of war.
What was any interesting memories or stories about his experience?
One of the best stories is he always liked having dry feet, so he put an extra pair of socks in his helmet. Once he got shot out, but thanks to the socks it made his helmet sit higher. The sniper did not know. This will lead into Ariana's stepdad's interview with us.
My name is David Theodore,
Can you tell us what branch you served in?
United States Army.
How many years did you serve? What years?
I served 1989 through 1992.
Did you volunteer or were you drafted?
I volunteered.
Did you serve during a conflict?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what was your job while you served?
Well, I was a combat engineer, and as a combat engineer, our job in the military is to slow the advance of enemy troops and to speed the advance of our troops. So we're pretty much like a checkerboard operator. We go in and we place barriers to slow the enemy down, and we take out barriers that the enemy puts in place to get our forces down the field faster, almost like a football game.
How far is it to breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
What's that?
How far is it to breakfast, lunch, and dinner? How many miles?
Oh, it's a 24-hour-a-day job, especially when you're in a conflict like that, because you might not eat for 12 hours. We had MREs out in the desert, so we always had them in our rucksack. So if we had a minute like we do now, we're sitting down, we were eating. Combat engineer is a very busy job, so you're constantly working. It's very hard. It's physically rigorous.
When you were in a really bad mood, did you have a place where you calmed down, like a video game system or something?
No, it was just home. Sometimes it was hard to calm down. Changes you forever.
What types of wars did you serve in? Desert Storm, and then Korea, which is not technically a conflict area anymore, but it's still in a state of war because they just technically signed a ceasefire through the Korean War. So, and there's still combat operations that take place over there. We don't hear about it on the news every day. And that was stressful too, because you're away from your family.
This will lead on to our other interview with another person that we did it with.
My name is David Middleton,
Can you tell us what branch you served in?
United States Air Force.
How many years did you serve in 12 years?
I went into service in 1952, and I retired in 1991.
Did you volunteer or were you drafted?
I volunteered.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your job was while you served?
I was in aircraft maintenance. In other words, I maintained aircraft, worked on aircraft.
Did you serve with any women?
Did I serve with any women? Yes. In later years I did, yes.
Do you still serve?
Pardon?
Do you still serve?
No, I retired at 91.
What do you think about Veterans Day?
I think it's a wonderful thing to honor the veterans in all different years of service that they've been in, different wars. I think it's very interesting that they do honor them, and they do.
What do you feel about being a veteran?
Well, I'm proud that I could serve in the Air Force.